Hey there, this is Sandy. I'm back at the Solaris working on a project. I have a video out there about how I started working on this. It's called Large Size Split Embroidery Designs. And I have the printed manuals that I got off of eBay for the Solaris that I'm using. It's on page 168. And this is the project. And I shared pictures, a video with some of this. I think I was in the second hooping at the time, moving on to the third one and showing some tricks and tips of getting through a dilemma I was in. And now I finished all three sections, and I had another dilemma. So I just thought I would share some of this because maybe this would help somebody. Just to give you a little background, this design, it measures about 28 by 15, I think, and it requires 3 hoopings, and it shows you the color changes and the time it takes there. So I figured if the first one took 60 minutes according to this book, second one 188 minutes, and third one 143, that is 391 minutes plus about 30 minutes to hoop and get it measured and all that good stuff, and then 81 thread color changes. So this is where I would actually factor in additional time for that. And lining up in between the designs, you spend time lining up the prior hoop. And so I don't know, I just figured it was about 500 hours, and that's just on the soft side because I spent a lot of time brainstorming and trying to figure out how to get through my dilemmas. But it was a great learning experience, so I'm always appreciative of that. This first one, it was easy. Piece of cake. I put in my fabric with the medium weight cutaway, thought it would work like a dream, but I don't know whether it didn't adhere to the fabric very well. It was a cotton, 100% cotton, Benetex, I think it's called, cotton shot, something like that. I can't remember. It's a shiny, beautiful fabric. And the first one stitched out okay, but then I noticed there was some pulling, and so I decided to switch to a medium weight cutaway for the middle one. That one did better. Actually, I used it for the last 2 hoops. It did better, but the material just stretched around the edges and on the inside of the design, and I didn't feel like it was acceptable to give anybody. But it was the design itself stitched out really good. It was the fabric around the design that was having trouble. And I found it interesting in this book that even Babylock in their instructions that if you have trouble with wrinkling or pulling, or I forget, warping, I forget what they called it, it's actually in the manual. They say to flip it over on the ironing board in the hoop and iron the back side. So I don't remember them ever saying anything like that in the book so far. So I think maybe this design might be prone to some of that warping and pulling. So I was doing more research, and I found out I probably should have done it on a denim, like a heavyweight non-stretch denim. And I'll tell you what I did when I get to the end of this video with the whole project. But this is what I'm working on, 3 hoopings, and the prior video shows a little bit about how I did that, so I won't go into that. So I'm working on the front. I can't take the hoop out of the machine until I finish the project I'm working on. I ended up putting that design that I thought warped so badly on the back of a very long sleeved denim, lightweight denim kind of style shirt, like one of those long oversized ones. And because there was so much pulling, I cut around the design to see how it looked when I took all that fabric away and just was left with the stitching and a little bit of fabric around the edge of the stitching. And I thought it looked really good. So then I thought, well, maybe I could use it like an applique on the back of a long coat or windbreaker. And I went looking at the store, and I found this denim shirt. long, oversized. And so I did go ahead and put that on the back. And now I'm putting this beautiful flower on the front, which goes, it actually went with the peacock that's in this book, but I changed the color so because they're both peonies, it looks like, so that it matched this design. And I'm just finishing that up. So that's the background of what's been going on. I was going to do it over. I bought denim to do it and everything, but because it required so much time, I just wanted to see if I could come up with an idea to use it somehow. And you know, there's a lot of work went into that, so I wasn't gonna throw it out, but I was ready to do that actually. It's so pretty. I even took it to a cleaner to see if they had any ideas for getting that fabric to shrink. They didn't have any ideas. The fabric was called Power Shot Cotton, and it's by Ben Artex, and it's beautiful. It's this like a very nice weight fabric. It says it's like great for embroidery, so I thought it would be fine, but it does not. You know, sometimes when you have fabrics that stretch, sometimes you can use like the iron and steam or water or you know, and just work with the fabric. I even washed it. I soaked it in hot water. I thought maybe I could get those areas to relax, but I had no luck. I think I'm going to get my camera while that's stitching out. Okay, so it's done stitching now, and sorry, I was looking for my phone. I was charging it. I wanted to show a picture. So this is what it looked like, and you can see it's like pulling. I pressed it and I pressed it and I pressed it, and this I tried to shrink the areas that were stretched. There was just no saving it. So I ended up cutting around the whole thing like an applique, and I put that on the back. So I saved it, and I think it looks okay. You guys can tell me what you think. And then like I said, I went to the store. I bought this shirt, and I decided to coordinate with the back. I would put this little flower on the front. And so I will take this out and show you that, and then I'll show you the back quick. I was thinking about doing lettering, and I thought no, because once you put lettering on it, then you kind of like lock yourself into wearing it certain times, and this is for someone else, so I tend to go a little, I can go overboard with certain things, and I didn't want to do that, so this is what I did. So this is the embroidery. I've just used that Frixion pen, you know, to mark it. So I'll have to use the iron to get rid of that. And then let me back up here, because it's a pretty long design. I had to look and look and look for a shirt where this would fit. And so hopefully you can see it. There. So it's all the way up to the top there. And then, as you can see, it goes on and on and on. And so this part, I'm going to keep working on that to see if I can get those out. But I even like cut. Can you see that? Yeah. I even cut like in here to make it look 3D in here and here. I didn't want to cut in here, although I don't know, I might. But I figured this is like the feathers, so that would look okay. But there's like little areas down here that I cut out. I don't know. Yeah, I think I zigzagged around. It's hard to tell. But I just zigzagged along the edge of every little nook and cranny. And that's what I ended up doing. So I think it's a pretty shirt. And I don't know what's going on with my camera. Hopefully you can still see this. And I think it turned out okay. So let me know what you think. Okay. So I did not want to throw it away. It's a really nice shirt. It's got long sleeves and a collar. And so here's the front. Just a casual. I started thinking, oh, maybe I should put another rose over here. And then I thought, well, I think that's going to be too much if I do it on both sides. So that's all I did. And I just wanted to share that with somebody. I know these kinds of projects can take up hours and hours, but I wanted to give it a try and see what it looked like all stitched out. I have always wanted to do that. And then when my local sewing friend at the sewing source in Lake Villa asked if I wanted to do it, I jumped at the chance because I wanted the challenge. And so hopefully she likes it, because this will be something for her, and she wants to use it in the store. I don't know if she's going to think it's good enough, so we'll see. Okay, so here we are. Sorry, I forgot to show the final output, but I wanted to wash it and make sure I had everything stitched down good. And it was a good thing I did, because one of the areas I didn't see and I had to fix it. So that's the back. And here is the front. I just did the one little rose up there. Not rose, it looks like a rose, but it's nothing else. But I figured we could add to it if you want. It's a gift, so I don't want to add too much. So that's it. What do you think? Thanks for watching.